Thank you for joining us again this week. This podcast is taking a left turn. At this point, I realize changes in Trish have created unwanted changes in my own psyche. Trish is increasingly finding it difficult to understand simple instructions like pick that up or let that go or hand me that box. She gets confused on just about everything that I might ask her to do, which is quite a shift. She used to help me a lot with everything I was doing. She can still do a good job of washing dishes. She can still enjoy our bike rides, although increasingly she's becoming more and more scared of the bike rides, partly because she has a hard time understanding gear shifting, and she absolutely has to be able to shift gears if we're going to go on the greenway. Usually we get through it without too much trouble, but it's becoming a burden, and instead of the ride being a joy, Trish has begun. When I say, "Hey, let's go get on the bikes," there's no longer this big smile. There's more of a look of apprehension. So we might have to give up her bike riding, which that's very upsetting to me. It's one of the things we always shared. She always enjoyed it. But I realized that we can shift and go to walking. Walking's really, really hard on me because of my back. My back starts hurting about five or 10 minutes into the walk. My back starts hurting. I've got a lower lumbar spinal stenosis that is it's really inoperable. You can't go down there and open up that hole. Talk to a lot of neurologists and spine experts about that. So the only thing left for me is therapy, which I'm doing, and it helps me extend the amount of time that I can walk with Trish. The worst thing that's happened, however, is not what's happened to Trish. It's what's happened to me. I'm beginning to see my own mortality and the failings of my joints as taking away from my life's pleasures. I have to be able to enjoy life, and up to now, Trish and I have been able to do that. It seems, though, that our friends are falling away. It's difficult, you go to sit down and talk to somebody, and Trish just can't participate, or she'll say something that's not relevant. And it means that when we invite people over or go see the people, I think they do the calculus on whether or not they want to be around Trish for very long, which is sad. But I understand because I had trepidations going over to see my father-in-law because of my mother-in-law's difficulty in understanding reality and constantly yammering. Fortunately, Trish does not do that, although there are times when I wish she would shut up. When I sit down to watch the news, this is something I really want to watch, and Trish will comment on everything. So I'll have to stop, rewind, and play it again. Or sometimes I just say, "Trish, be quiet." I know I shouldn't do that. I want her to enjoy it, and she still enjoys the news. So I'm trying not to be a jerk and say, "Let me hear this." Every now and then I give in and I say, "Let me hear this." So I'm sure some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of you do not, and I'm not. If you haven't witnessed this or been through this, please don't try to offer your criticism. I'm not interested in what you have to say if you don't know what it's like to be constantly bombarded with yammering. I I do a lot of things to fend this off, and changing the subject. Sometimes just ignoring her will work. But I want to be as delicate as I can with her so that she continues to enjoy being with me. It means, too, that I have to be very careful about my choice in what to watch. There are some really good programs that she finds difficult to watch. If I'm watching a scene and I look over at her and she has both of her hands on her face, I stop watching it and change to something else, because I don't want her being fearful like that. She internalizes what's happening, and she thinks it's happening to her. She thinks that if we see somebody in danger, she thinks she's in danger. So I've had to switch to a lot less challenging fare. We'll watch Beaver now, and old westerns. Even old westerns, though, I'll look over and she'll be stressed out. Gunsmoke's got a lot of really good drama, and I think that's what stresses her out. So I know it's unusual for me to put out just a diatribe of my thoughts, but I sincerely believe that those of you who are following us are interested in the progress. The net result of all this has been something that has changed in me. I was so in despair in my 20s when I was trying to learn news photography. I was so stressed out that I became suicidal and started thinking about ways to kill myself, jumping off buildings and things like that. Now, these ideations are not part of my everyday life today, but it made me, thinking about what our future is together has made me consider what I want to do with myself. I need to extend my friendships. It's very stressful for me to be around conservative Christians, because they're just they're difficult for me to talk to. I can sit and have a wonderful conversation with anyone who's a moderate or a liberal, but the conservative Christians, I have to constantly watch and check myself and not say things about MAGA and all of that. So it's a chore looking for new friends, but I think what I'm going to start doing is looking on some of these meetups. There's a thing called meetups, and you can meet people who are like you, who are interested in the same thing you're looking for. I love talking about politics, and I love talking about string theory, quantum physics, all of those things that have to do with science. I'm a big watcher of science. I fall asleep every night watching the science channels, and especially the astronomy ones. I really love those things. There are some things that I watch that I wish other people would watch and become educated about economics, and become educated especially about global warming and the greening, the way we can change things around. There's a guy called Just Have a Think. Just Have a Think is the absolute best, most full of information of anything you can watch, and you should watch it weekly, because it's one of those things that every week there's something important that you should know about, especially the lies being spread by the fossil fuel industry and Donald Trump. You need to understand that these things are lies. They are not just another way to look at the facts. They are complete convolution of the facts. So Just Have a Think, I highly recommend for you. Those of you that are interested in looking at more information about Alzheimer's, it'd be great if you go on the Alzheimer's platform. They have some really good podcasts as well. So I don't want you to give the wrong. I don't want to give the wrong impression. I'm not depressed, but there are things popping into my head that never popped into my head before, and the pain of walking is something I'm going to have to figure out, because I don't know how much longer I'll be able to get Trish on her bicycle. She has a recumbent bike, and I don't know how much longer that's going to be possible. But I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to now that Cheryl comes over here 2 hours a day, it gives me time to get away for an hour all by myself, get on the scooter, and ride around aimlessly. That's really good therapy for me. So that's where things are right now. I hope that you'll continue to follow us, and that you'll share this particular podcast with as many people as you can. By the way, our podcast just reached a new high, over 600,000 views. So I'm proud of that, and we're going to keep on doing this as long as people keep on watching. So please like and subscribe, and set one of those notification little ding dongs so you know when I do these things. I'm not on a regular schedule. I do these things when I get inspired and figure out what exactly to say. So the inspiration doesn't always come at 3 o'clock on Friday afternoons. But I hope you'll continue to watch, and we'll see what happens. This is the first time I've done anything that is just audio only. Like most podcasts, audio only is the way to go. But I'm really, really good at videography and camera work and all of that. So I love to put beautiful pictures with what I'm talking about. Oh, and by the way, when you're commenting, you need to understand this. If you comment and don't allow me to respond to your comment, I will erase your comment. That's not fair. If you're going to comment, don't block me from commenting back on what you have said. Let's just be fair about this, okay? And of course, trolls will be blocked every time. Thanks very much, and I do hope you comment. And if you're new to the podcast, please introduce yourself in the comments section. Thank you. Bye-bye.